Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's a better day. Yesterday's upload was really sucky and I apologize for that, but I did want to get a video out and I did have some pre-filmed footage, so I just kind of used that and made a quick video. And today I'm back into normal videos. I did film a video yesterday. The audio on it didn't work, so I'm gonna go through it again. Basically, I went through a propagation box that I haven't opened since before we moved. So I usually don't do a whole lot with my propagation boxes. I'll peek in like every once in a while, but I like to keep the humidity high in there. In this particular case, there was actually too much moisture, so a lot of the plants kind of ended up rotting, or their propagations rotted. But typically they don't need much care when they're in like a high humidity environment, just because the humidity helps keep things moist. I don't really have to water them or do anything. It's very low maintenance, and so I haven't really felt the need to check it, but obviously you should be checking them once in a while to make sure nothing's going wrong. Things didn't go horribly wrong, but there was a few things that rotted. They might have rotted anyway, even if I had been checking frequently. You know, when you're propagating large amounts of plants, you're not guaranteed everything to be a success. You're going to have some losses, and however you want to look at it, whether I messed up or whether it was going to happen anyway, that depends what side you want to take. But I tend to think that, not all your propagations are going to survive, no matter what you do or how meticulous you are or how attentive. So I'm going to get right into the plants. First up, I have this guy, and I did label it. It's just hard to see. So this was a Syngonium green spot, and it is one of the ones that just completely rotted. As you can see, there is quite a bit of moisture going on in here. So it is a bit too wet, which is likely why it rotted. This is one that actually, like, looking at it, you would think that it was too dry, but it's also very wet to the point. My cat just knocked over my variegated Hoya rope. Why are cats such jerks? Anyway, there is actually a pool of water in the bottom where the leca is. So it's didn't dry out, but these sets of nodes obviously are very woody. There is a small growth point, so I wouldn't call it a complete failure because there is growth right there. If I can get to focus on something other than my face. So there is growth there, so it's not dead, but it is very slow going, so I wouldn't call that a loss. It's just slow. Slow reward, or long-term reward, I guess, rather than short-term. In here you can see pretty much everything rotted except for that one, so I'm going to take that guy out of there and I'll probably put him in a pot or terrarium or something later, but everything else rotted. So I had one survival out of 5, so not the best odds, but it happens. This guy is still alive. It does have a little bit of rot growing on it, so I am going to clean up this chunk, pull it out, and do a real good clean and disinfect. And there is a growth point here, so it's still healthy, it's still growing. It's just, again, it's going to be slow going in the current conditions, so I am going to help it along a little bit. Next up is another Micans cup. I believe I showed these in a previous video where I was just throwing a bunch of nodes into these little cups for the humidity, and then they were sprouting like crazy. So here's just another update on a Micans one that I did. It's actually growing out because the top isn't completely covered. So I'm gonna pot that guy up today too. Here, this one was like super exciting for me because the leaves have actually gotten bigger in size as it's grown, and this is my King Anthurium seedling. So I'm super, super happy about him. I think I'm going to do something special with him today, but I don't know what. Another Syngonium albo propagation. I believe I actually pulled off a dead leaf off of here already, but there was a dead leaf, there's this new leaf, and then there's another one coming out here. It is very leggy, so I'm probably going to take it out of the prop box and put it in a window so it can start putting out some better growth, and I might throw it in with the other little tiny one that survived right here. I might just pop them up together so that it's not so, you know. This is Epipremnum albo variegata, and it's not dead, but it's not doing anything. No, it's not doing anything. It's been in there for a few months now and hasn't done anything, so I think I'm gonna go with this being a spent node. It does have a little bit of rot on the end, but it's not something that I would consider to be like detrimental and to have prevented it from growing. I think it's probably just not going to grow anything. So at this point, I probably will just throw this away, just because if it was going to do something, I think I would have seen like some kind of growth point by now. Next up is this Pictum tricolor. Very unhappy plant. Not happy. This was one of the ones I think that I was propagating, and yeah, so this was the base of it. This grew from just like the roots, and it's not really happy. It's too moist. It kind of rotted. So I am actually going to leave this guy out, and I may try to get some growth out of it again, but as of right now, I'm just going to leave it as is, and let it dry out. Another Syngonium albo single leaf guy. These are all like wet sticks that I just threw into little cups to see what would happen. And so far there's been growth in every single one. This is a Gloriosum chunk that I put in here. Very, very dry. So it needs to be watered. I'm going to leave this guy out as well. It also has like new growth coming right here. So I'm happy about that. This guy is super unhappy. It's some kind of Syngonium. I want to say it's a Syngonium green spot or army. And there's like active growth happening down here. Like you can see new growth and stuff, but the leaf is very unhappy. And again, I think that's because of the moisture. So, whoa, I am going to leave this guy out as well. Next up, I actually don't know what this is. It's not labeled. So I want to say it's a silver sword just because it's growing like so funky, and I tend to see that a lot in my silver swords as they grow kind of like weird angles and twisty turny and stuff. So I'm gonna say it's a silver sword, but I don't know that for a fact. There are some growth points, so once those put out more growth and a leaf comes out, I'll have a better idea of what exactly this is supposed to be. But if I had to guess, I'm gonna say silver sword. We'll see if I'm right in a few weeks. Syngonium green spot, also nothing. It just rotted and died, so I'll be getting rid of that guy. I don't know what was in here. My cats knocked it over. It doesn't seem like there's anything alive in it, so this will also be going. This is a chunk. It is some kind of Anthurium, but I don't know what it is. I want to say Claravernum or Crystallinum, but I don't know that for a fact. There is some active growth, so I am going to keep it, in a propagation box and see once the leaf comes out, I'll have a better idea of what exactly it is. And last up, I think, is this Anthurium catacoense. The top leaf there is dead, and then this is a brand new leaf that just came out right here. You can see it's like super shiny and stuff. Look how cute that is. If my hands would stop shaking. You get the idea. There's a new leaf. There is multiple nodes in there, and it's very leggy, so I might actually chop it up and see if I can get some more growth coming from the lower nodes. There's kind of some little aerial roots happening, so I think that may be interesting to try. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do with this guy. And that literally sums up this video. It's quick, short, and nice. I think that's the only propagation box I haven't looked in since the move. So I always think it's kind of like Christmas when you're looking through them because you don't know what you're going to find or what's going to have new growth. And I'm always super, super excited and like often surprised because I forget what's in them. And then to see new leaves or new growth is always super exciting for me. So I love opening up propagation boxes that I haven't looked in forever. And yeah, so I will see you guys tomorrow in the next video.